Hello and welcome to Taymyr, a whole new region, a whole new challenge. Welcome back to SnowRunner, the hard mode challenge. So this is our Taymyr garage. We are empty. We have no vehicles here. If we have a little look on our local map, you'll see we've got nothing uncovered. We've got a few watchtowers here. It may look deceptively small. Drownlands, which is our first map, is a fair size. It can be quite a challenge to get around here. I have done it a few times. It's not easy. But we need a vehicle to start with. And we are going to have to buy one. Like I said, we are going to get a mod. So it should be fun. Should be a little bit different. We're going to be going with... I forget what section it falls under, so we'll just go look for it. It's in the Ranger vibes. There it is. It's the Mercedes-Benz Zetros. It's going to cost us 68 grand to come in as base. Power to weight A+, durability A, fuel consumption A, fuel capacity of 300. It does come with off-road tyres, but we'll be switching them out. It's got always on all-wheel drive and a switchable diff lock. Let's make that purchase. Now, I did have to wait for time to tick over to be able to come over and start. So I pulled my Alaskan trucks back out into the garage, and I stripped them down to their basic parts, most of them anyway, to their basic parts. And I then put them back in, retained them, hopped over to Michigan, pulled out what vehicles were there, and stripped most of them down to their basic parts, and retained there. And while I was there, I will say I did sell the CK1500 that we had. Just because with the Lodestar and with the Land Rover, I can't see us needing that. And I should imagine we'll pick up a few more CK1500s as we progress through maps. So if we ever do decide we want one, they're there and they're cheap to buy. So there is that. But to start with, we need to do a little bit of work on our Zetros. So we should customize it. Engine wise, we are gonna go with the best engine. We're gonna spend a lot of money on this truck. This is gonna be a hell of a workhorse. And I shall probably, I'm gonna try not to with the trucks that we pick up and base game and things that I know that are gonna use other things. But I don't think we're ever gonna need these mod ones. So we're gonna sell what we don't need. Now, it does have an off-road gearbox to start with, which is handy. Suspension. I'm going to go with raised strong, because it then helps us with the rear crane, and we are going to be fitting a rear crane on this at some point. So we're going to go with that. And we shall sell stock. Just trying to make a little bit of that money back. I'll do tyres at the end because that takes forever. Our winch. We are going to go with the best winch for this. Like I said, I'm going to spend a lot of money on it. It's going to be a thing. Diff is engageable. Spare wheel. We're not going to do that because we've got some tools and stuff we can attach, actually. Got the snorkel on. So we'll go to our wheels, our tyres. Oh, we've not got a lot, so that's all right. Now, these are quite narrow. I forgot that this doesn't do all the JATs and stuff. Whereas they are wider. I think. Because they're all good, excellent, excellent. And we don't need chains. But I would like a little bit more to the tyre. Just trying to think. That one is the widest. Yeah, I think we'll take them. That'll get us through the mud. I will keep them just for a bit. Right. First frame add-on that we're going to stick on. There is a selection of them. we'll go through them. We've got the standard log carrier, the loader. We do medium logs. We've got a short log frame. We can do the long log thing. Got an extra short log frame here. That needs for the extended frame that we will put on as well. Then we've got the OS parts that we will eventually be popping on. This is the chassis extension, which we're going to stick on straight away because we're going to need it. We're not going to bother switching it in and out. We will need it. It'll just have a chunk hanging off the back sometimes. So we've got different flatbeds, body colours. We'll go with them just so if we paint it, it changes. We've got a fuel tanker. We can put the yellow crane on here, which is nice. And we can put the yellow crane on the back, which is lovely. Or we can do blue crane. So yellow crane is preferred. Radar unit, side bed standards and all that, cargos. And then we have these set up for crane at the front or crane at the back. So that's the whole point in that. But we're going to go with our maintainer because we're going to be using this as a rather large scout for a bit. This is going to go out about and have a look around the map. We're going to try and, early on, we're going to try and recover some vehicles where we can. Look for upgrades for map vehicles and just get out there and try and trigger some things. And that's going to allow us to do so. Now, I forget whether, because this is hard mode, whether that's going to come with fuel or not. Sometimes the modded ones come fueled up. Sometimes they don't. But that's okay. We've got a fuel trailer nearby if not. So next we'll just do some tasty bits. So we'll not really need anything on the rear, I don't think. Front bumper. I do like to pretty them up a little bit. So we are going for our roof rack spare tyre 3. And that's going to give us 2 extra tyres on the top. We can stick a large toolbox on the, I'm just trying to think tyre wise now, make sure I've got enough. Yeah, big toolkit on one side, small toolkit on the other for parts. No, I just want to check my tyre count. So we've just got some extra parts and a little bit extra fuel there as well. Exhaust, we'll keep default. That should be fine for us. And the rims we don't tend to worry about. So in my maintainer, I'm just going to have to check. So we've got 2 on the top. And we've got 4 in the back. So we just that's our 6. We should be alright with that. That should be enough for what we're going to do. And we are in Russia. So we're going to go red. Not a big fan of red, but we'll go red. And we're ready to go. Mercedes-Benz Zetros, ready to explore Taymyr, and we have 239,480 credits in the bank. Let's go. It is now, what time do we have? It is now 10 o'clock. It has gone so quick. We've spent 2.5, 3 hours getting our truck ready. So we've not got a massive amount of time to get out and do things. But there's our trailer point if we wish for one. Ooh, let's have a little look-see. It did give us fuel, so that's quite handy. It doesn't always do that with all your mods and stuff. So it's a little bit of a cheeky way of getting an extra 1,000 litres of fuel. But if not, we would have just filled up from that trailer there anyway. Now, like I say, I have been here before. I have completed Taymyr quite a few times. I think when we were doing our stream series over on Twitch, we left the last stream. We were probably finishing off in the Rift. And that save is still there. I think that save is still in the Rift. So some of this will come to me as we're going along. I might remember where certain things are, like upgrades and stuff, and locations of other things. Sometimes I won't, because I have a terrible memory. So for this one, we have a raised, I believe it was raised for the Tayga. We'd rolled out the spot beforehand, but that's for the Tayga. Now with Taymyr, something that's a little bit different here from where we've been before. We can't reach any of the other maps until we've triggered and completed a certain number of tasks. So we've got to do certain things to open up our way out of Drownlands into the rest of it. Once we're out of Drownlands, I think we can then pretty much go wherever we want. So we're just going to go left and try and show you everything that's about. So we've got wood logs down there. Over this way we have somewhere where we're going to come quite a bit. We have the train station, we have a railroad. So we have a pick up and a drop off here. We also have another fuel trailer here. I believe this one is for a contract delivery. If it was for us, it would say you've discovered. So, and then we've got the timed job here, which is collecting cargo containers and delivering. And there's our wood there. So there is a bit of fuel about. Once we've got a trailer with a truck with a low hitch on, we'll pull that one out and put that on the map somewhere else. That does have somewhere to go, and is needed, if I remember rightly, is needed to build and set up the service hub, which is something that we'll need to do. But obviously we want to try and hold on to that fuel as long as possible. We will get some funny camera collisions around these buildings and trees, unfortunately. And here we have lost bricks, which we'll need a crane for, so that's not for us just yet, but we shall accept it. Been looking forward to Taymyr. Well, we're just rolling around as well. I have been putting some thought into the run list of regions for this series, because I don't want to do it in like standard release order. I'd like it to be different. I'd like us to pick up different vehicles at different times, sometimes to benefit me, sometimes maybe not to benefit me. So I have popped a run list or a run order in the Discord. So if you want to come and see what I'm thinking about doing, come join the Discord. I might even pop it up here in editing. So this is the drowned oil tank. One of our oil tanks ended up in deep water. On its way to the gas station, can you wade in the area and retrieve it, then transport it home? Accept. And that is that trailer there. But we won't be taking that back. Not for a while. Again, because we're going to want as much of that fuel for ourselves. I think fuel could be... This could be another one where fuel becomes an issue for me. I've never been to Taymyr on hard mode. I've never had to worry about managing my fuel when completing Taymyr, so it'll be an interesting one. Just going to bring that back a little bit, so it's just so it's easier to hook onto when I do want to pull it out with whatever I decide to use. Just want the dolly at the front. Thank you very much. So yeah, any suggestions on the run order? A few things have been already raised, obviously, because that's why I put it in the Discord for people to chip in and to comment on and have a little thought about, especially experienced runners. One was that I might get too many, let's say, OP trucks, too many overly capable trucks maybe, early on. But even if I did, I don't have to pull them out every time. There are certain trucks I'd like to have in certain areas, and that's why I've got the run order a certain way. But when we go somewhere that doesn't need a massive monster truck, we won't take a massive monster truck. That's fine. Plus, I want to work in some DLCs as well, and they're not all massive monster trucks either. So it's just, I know certain areas are going to be tough. And then there's also what could be an issue that by shuffling the play order against the release order, we'll go to maps late on and pick up vehicles that maybe have their upgrades early on, or we'll pick up vehicles in maps from early on that maybe had their upgrades in the next map, but we don't play that map for 5 or 6 regions time. So there is that extra challenge that the upgrades might not all come when we want them, so vehicles may not be as good as intended because we've not got the upgrades for them, or they're not coming anytime soon. There are lots of things that are going to make it different. By the way, this is our Tayga. We know this is here. That's why we've come for this. SOS discovered. Accept. Start tracking. So what we need to do is repair it. So we'll do that. Hence why we've got the body with all the stuff. That was a big part of why we're doing it. So that'll do 4 of the wheels and all of the repairs. So then we've got our roof rack. Turned it to Jonathan Wass. Our roof rack with the extra 2 tyres that we need for the wheels. So now all we need to do is refuel. And that can come from the maintainer. And there you go. SOS completed. I've told him 1,000 times, if it isn't broken, you don't need to fix it. He never listens. Ah, well. So we now have ourselves a Tayga 6436 and an extra 1,400 credits. Back at release, and for quite a while, I think. The Tayga, coined the term the Tayga King. The Tayga was considered the best truck in game, the best truck in base game, and to be fair, it still is a wicked little truck. We'll be using it a fair bit. Now, I think at the time there was no hard mode. A lot of people weren't doing things like worrying about playing trucks in regions that they'd maybe be found or brought or come from. So I mean, the Tayga was early days smashing it about in Michigan and Alaska and probably the Yukon and Wisconsin. And it is a beast. We are going to give it a pull. We're going to bring it out. Because before I do anything with it really, I want to try and find as many upgrades for it as I can. So we'll pull it along, hopefully. The mud is thick. Like I say, even with the mod truck, we're still going to have to, bite through mud and do things and what have you. The mud here is not like mud we've had before. It is brutal in places. It is brutal. I think back when we were doing the streams here, there were times when we were stuck in some mud for 20-30 minutes because I didn't have the right vehicles and I wasn't doing the right thing and just having fun and playing around with chat. But we're going to try and think about it a little bit more. Going to try and think about it. So that marker is just telling us that there is the bricks. That's the other contract I think we triggered, isn't it? So that's where our lost bricks are. nosedived in there. Come on. As you see, the the Tayga hasn't got very good tyres or anything on it. Hence why we're pulling it out rather than trying to drive it out all by itself. I don't want its engine on there. I don't need to use its fuel. Let's bring it in a bit closer again. Now I'm trying to think. I think there's an upgrade behind the garage. I'm not sure. What we need to do is go and hit some watchtowers and do our usual thing. I'm not going to try and jump ahead and do a lot of stuff just because I sort of know where it might be or how it goes. We're going to still run them as I do. We're going to try and open it up, hit the watchtowers, find the upgrades. If there's a little something we can tow and pull and complete a mission that way, then, you know, we'll do it. But again, that's why we've gone for the maintainer. That's gonna keep me in check to make sure that I'm not trying to jump ahead. There are some jobs quite early on that we could do. I don't want to get myself in that place of false confidence of, oh yeah, look at me go, master of Taymyr, and then we start rolling trucks and getting stuck in mud. But since we found the truck that we will need for this map, so we want to come out this way. I think there's an upgrade around here somewhere. I think it's down there. So that's where we'll head to next. We've got an upgrade there to get, and then we'll sort of try and get out and uncover some of this. So I hope you're well. Appreciate the support on the series. On its return, it's doing quite well, which is nice, since I want it to be quite a focus of what's going on the channel for a bit. I'm getting nicely ahead, so we might even, I did say we'd stick to what we were doing, but I might put an extra episode out for a bit, just to get Taymyr going and moving. I've wanted to have, but I was hoping to be way out of Taymyr by now when I started this, so yeah, another reason why we're going for a decent mod truck that's going to help us out and going for the big truck early on is in hopes that we can sort of show a little bit of skill and get through here pretty quick. No doubt that will not happen, but we can hope. We can hope and wish. Right, so I believe. So I have to get this right. It's down this way. And you do have to be careful. A little bit like those hills in Alaska. You come at these in the wrong angle, and you will roll. Keeping your vehicle facing the right way is definitely key. Now, something that we do have a fair bit of here in Drownlands as well is scout recoveries. I think there's maybe 3 or 4 scouts to go out and recover. Some want repairing and returning, some just want dragging back home. We have got a tasty little scout that we can find here, which we may have some fun with as well. Once we've got some things done. With the Merc, then maybe switch over to a more traditional scout. So this works with many of the Eurasian trucks, as you can see. None that we have. The Azov, the Dan, a Dan we can get here. We can get a Dan, so that'll be helpful. And some mod trucks and future trucks. Hopefully, future trucks. So just crawl our way back out here. Being careful on the rocks to make sure we don't hurt ourselves. And then we'll just have another little look and a think. Because I have to try and remember where things are and were. And we'll be looking in the map to see where vehicles may be. I have to try and get my head around it. As I say, it's been a while since I've been here. Right. Shall we head up and hit that watchtower first? I don't normally go up there first, so let's go that way. Mix it up a little bit for myself. You may be able to tell with my voice. Once again, I do apologise. I am back under the weather again. But we are cracking on. Again, if I have any major coughing fits and stuff, we'll try and edit it out. I think I had like 2 days of feeling brighter, and then out the window that went. We don't need the all-wheel, the diff lock here. Just sort of get about. Trying to keep my eyes peeled for upgrades. So I can't remember where they all are. I've not got map runner up anywhere to sort of sneaky point my way. We've not got a pre-run sheet. There we are. Trying to go from memory and just straight up exploration. I find usually that when there's sort of tracks just randomly running off somewhere, that sometimes means there's something about. The Merc is a monster. It does have that nice selection of low gears as well, which is handy, especially on a muddy place like this. So we can actually run with the diff on and still have quite a bit of pace to us. We'll go see if there's an upgrade up there. There might be. Oh, we have quite a delivery come this way. I remember doing that a while back. Overloaded the KRS Bandit and come up here with like 5 or 6 items of delivery, I think. Overloaded the truck and pulled some goods with it. No, doesn't look to be anything up there. So we'll just reverse our way back down. But we will be up here again. Eventually. Now, when Taymyr originally released, it was only a 3 map region. Whereas now it is a 4 map region as part of the Season 1 pass, the Season 1 update, and the addition of some new jobs and missions and the new map. Taymyr got a 4th map. It got the Rift, which does feel a little bit standalone-ish as well. It's very self-contained in what you need and what you're doing there. I quite like it. It's the Rift is different from the other 3 maps as well, which is cool. But that is some way off. At the pace and the rate we get through our jobs and stuff, that is some way off. Apologies if you can hear banging in the background. It's just our 2-year-old smashing doors. So we've still got quite a way to go. We'll just keep winding. Don't think there's anything for us out there. And unlike with Alaska, the nights are dark here. Alaska, it was still quite bright and it was quite short, wasn't it? I think Taymyr has a much longer night. Oh, whoa, 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 we're going to go already. That's not the route I should have come. Said it before, so again, all it takes is that little bit of overconfidence in where you're going and what you're doing. Slight lapse in concentration, and you're rolling down a hill. And the terrain here is, like I say, is a lot more undulating. It's a lot steeper than it maybe first looks. A little bit like those Alaskan hills. And you only need to be at the slightest of wrong angles, and you're gone. You know, another reason to use an actual scout when scouting. But also, you know, let's do things different. So how far out are we? We're not too far. So I might just use that to support me rather than try and drive along it. There is a road that runs right through Drownlands that we could have just shot down, but we need to get off in the hills and be looking for stuff. We've got the fuels, and we've got the fuels, we've got the fuel, and we've got the parts. Should we need to? This may not be the easiest one to get to with this truck. I think we can get up there. Also, another reason why we had to go and get the Tayga early on, or the Tayga, because there's every chance that I roll my first truck pretty early on. I'm pretty sure I can fight my way up there. There we go. Right. So what have we found? We have the gateway, which is locked. We've got drown bricks, rockin' and roll'em, farm swim. We've got the farm, we've got barrels, we've got a timed part here. Scout fuel trailer, the fuel station, the other part of farm swim. So I guess that's a grab that truck, pull that to here type job. Now we've got the warehouse, tired. We do have an upgrade in the area, but we've got to get down off this hill. See if we can get off the stones and onto the flat rock. There we are. Beautiful stuff. Just what you want to be doing in the dark. Rolling down the hills. It's tight, tight, tight. Again, more of a scout path. I'm sure we'll be whizzing around here in something a bit smaller in no time. So up here we have trigger things, make sure we got everything on the list. We don't want to miss something out and then be at the end and be like, oh no, we're at 98% again. So this is drowned bricks. Am I being pranked? Seriously, another shipment of bricks has been lost on its way to the warehouse. If I was a betting man, I'd say it was sabotage. Get out there, find me that cargo, and get it to the warehouse. So we haven't done the first one yet, but those bricks are now in that lake. Now we'll just go auto. And up there is the route to the tunnel. So next up, since we're here, we might go down. We'll see if we can pull that along. We'll come past the farm and see how far we can get. We're bringing it to that warehouse. Since it's right on us, we might as well give it a try. I think. With time and patience, I'm sure we'll be able to do it. But so we are capable, or the truck is capable. It's whether I'm capable. So, accept, start tracking. Easier to pull it that way or easier to pull it out along the road? Since we're here. Oh, it's only got to go here anyway. Oh, that's fine. Let's go into the farm. We're definitely going into the farm then. What made me think that was triggered? Oh, I had to go to the warehouse. It's just another trigger point for it. So we're just going to try and back ourselves in there a bit. I think we're long enough. Yes. All the way down there, mate. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stick it in first. We'll sort of try and find ourselves a nice bit of ground to get that on. It's a decent truck as well, the Veron-D. We do come across a fair few trucks that we don't get to keep, which is quite sad. But oh, the Veron-D, pick that up. The Veron-D and a Tayga on this map? Awesome. No, you don't get to keep it. Just trying to keep upright with these track trenches is a fight enough sometimes. Now they don't want us to repair this or do anything with it, so we're just going to drag it in. If there's any fuel, we'll pinch it. There is a fuel trailer tucked up in that corner over there. But we do have some deliveries to come here, so we'll probably pull that in near the entrance. Because you see, we've also got a time challenge here that'll probably require us to top up by the time we get here. Do you have any fuel in here? He doesn't have any fuel anyway. And I'm not going to put any in. We will just keep pulling. I should imagine our first few episodes are going to be us going out, scouting, trying to hit them watchtowers, trying to find the upgrades, and yeah, doing the odd little job like this, helping out where we can. It might be a while before we're out doing some big deliveries. Hopefully, in using the Merc, it won't take as long as maybe it would if we were using a little scout. We'll see. It may not be more efficient. I've not started Taymyr in this fashion before, so I thought it might make a nice change. There we go. We got some money. 1,200. We'll have that. We'll have that. So, we will go and just move that fuel trailer. We're going to be staying in low gear and with our diff lock on while here because this mud is a right pain. You see that one is ours to keep, but there isn't a lot in there. 360 litres. We take a little touch for us, maybe. I think 200 will be enough to top up whatever we need when we try and do that challenge. That's what it's going to be here mainly for doing the challenge. We'll see how things go. Yeah, we may even keep the maintainer on here for a bit longer if we can get jobs done with our Tayga. We should be able to. Again, it sort of becomes a skill issue more than anything else, so we'll leave that there. I will just reverse in and trigger that. I don't think there was any other jobs to sort of collect and mark up there. But that's a barrels delivery. So we'll get to that in time. Right, so next up is... I'll probably try and... We've got a vehicle down there to recover. I wouldn't mind trying to get the upgrade. We sort of head that way. Maybe through there. I mean, you don't even have to stick to the roads here. In fact, in a lot of the places, the best thing to do is not stick to the roads here. But until I've got a little bit more of a feel for the land, I'm probably going to stay pretty close. I mean, you can pretty much hoss across a lot of this open hills and things like that. It's just if you catch one of the dips at the wrong angle, then you're on your side or on your back. And I'm pretty sure somewhere there's a repair trailer. Because although we've got the maintainer and stuff, obviously as they get used up, until we've built and finished off the service station, or the service hub, I don't think there's anywhere where we can refill our maintenance points, our tools and stuff, so that's something that we'll have to look for as well. I think it's close by to one of the vehicle recoveries or vehicle repair jobs, but then I think you'll still end up being possibly short on tyres. I'm not sure. Might be this one. Need to get out and see some more stuff. Which way was the track? Oh, not that way at all. That's why I can't see it. I'm not on it. Well, where's the track gone? It's just one of them little runoff bits where people shoot across. So I'm going to go left. So if we can get in automatic again. Let's see what I mean by the angles and the dips, and even just on what looks to be the track that you're supposed to go down is dipped, it's cut, it's going to take you out. So there is the fuel station here. Fuel is probably really expensive. It's $6 a litre in Michigan. The garage or the fuel station near your garage is $1 a litre, and the fuel station near in Smithsville Dam is $2 a litre. So that's our drop-off point. Big difference when you start to add it all up. If we get desperate for fuel, we'll have to ferry across fuel from Alaska, but we're not going to worry about that yet. We're not there. It's not going to be an issue. We're going to be confident in what we do. I think rather than trying to come down and fight through that, we'll go up. Shall we stop by at the broken down truck as well, see what we can do for it. Pretty sure it's going to need tyres. Now this mud can be nasty. When we came here on the live streams, we had very incapable vehicles. Is that a little, is that a Tuz? Looks like a, might be a Tuz. Right. One of my drivers lost control of his truck and got it stuck in the swamp. Please get it out and deliver it to the garage while I take care of this incompetence. Induced migraine. So over £2,000 on that one. So we haven't got to repair this one. Just got to get it from here. Ah, so I'll get, well, pretty much to the garage. Right, yeah. Well, I reckon we can start on that. Just try and keep track of the time because this is daylight, or daylight coming up. We might be 1 or 2 minutes over the hour today just because of the whole car thing. What happened there? How did you feel? Why did you do that? Why did you do that to yourself? Let's get ourselves somewhere safe and we'll just check the time. We've got a little minute or two. Why would you go and do a silly thing like that? There we go. I'll get you out of the mud, and then we'll look to go get the upgrade. And once he's back to the garage, we can then venture out the other way round and continue our scouting. Again, I think we can power up there, like we did with the watchtower. We try and take it wide. We've got a raised, and it is for the Khan Loaf. Hello 4F. Which is a scout that we will probably never get. In fact, I don't think, unless it's been added into a region like later on the DLC front, I don't think at any point you actually get a Khan Loaf. You recover many throughout your missions. I don't think you ever get one to keep. You have to buy it if you want one. If you've never played before, if you've never seen one before, there is one that we shall rescue here in Drownlands at some point, and you'll see why it's called a loaf. Let's go. Actually, this might be the prime spot to stop, I think. Yeah, nearly 7 o'clock. We arrived at around about 6:15. I'll probably, this may even not run over because I might cut out some bits where I was in the garage and just waiting for things and talking and jumping about, so that it might be a little bit shorter than the hour. But anyway, We are here. We are in Taymyr. We are on the new challenge. We got through our first day without rolling our truck. It was close at times, but we didn't quite do it, which is good. We have already managed to get a task done, which is nice. We've hit 1 watchtower. We've found 2 upgrades. Next time out, we'll get this little Tuz back down to the garage, get this delivered, and then we'll head back out. Probably working sort of clockwise around the map, going south. I think it works out south. I get confused. I flip the map too much. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I need to stop rubbing my hands and clapping when I do this bit because it does get picked up on the mic. I do apologise. I just get excited. But yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, give it a big fat thumbs up down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on, find out when new videos are going live. As always, comments and feedback down there. This will be going in the early access for channel members, so if you're now getting to this, or if you've watched some of the previous and you want to have early access to some of the content and you want to support the channel a little bit further, channel membership is available from 99 pence. I was going to say from £1. It's not even £1. It is 99 pence start channel membership. All tiers of channel membership get the same treatment. You all get the early access content, regardless of what maybe the description says. You will get early access. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can. If not, like I say, just like it, just watch it, share it, tell your friends. But ultimately, you guys have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.